And YouTube, Luke from Safe Sound and Secure. Today I've got a Radway floor safe. Now I believe they stopped making these about 20 years ago. Well, I've got the lid of the floor safe, sorry. As you can see, it's been drilled open. There's 3 drill holes. I'm going to be repairing this, and hopefully it won't even look like it's been drilled when we're finished. What you're going to need to do this is, these are tapered, and what tapered means is basically it starts off smaller at one end and gets fatter as it goes up. I believe they start off at under 10 mil, possibly maybe 9. Yeah, possibly starts off, I think they start at 9 mil thick and they go up to 12. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to be hammering these in, but I'm going to be cutting them to length. Yeah, because I want them to be sort of about 5 mil sunken in. I'm not really that bothered about the bottom because I'll just grind it flat. You're not going to see it. But on the top, I'll need obviously for this safe. I'll need 3 of them, which I've got there, and these are anti-drill pins. Alright, they're really top notch, really solid. And also you're gonna need some chemical metal. This is the only one I could find in B&Q. Cost me about just under 6 quid. Not much under 6 quid, you might as well say it was 6 quid, right. But before that, I'm going to be removing the lock. Obviously this is a bit of a strange one. Obviously it's a floor safe, which means it's in the floor, normally in concrete. It was actually flooded. The safe was full of water, and as you can see the lock's corroded, it's rusted. So we couldn't pick it because it was all binding, and that's why we decided to drill it. We actually thought it was an SMP lock on the back, but it wasn't. It's a post office lock 7 lever, and we were slightly off the drill point, which is why we decided to drill there, because we couldn't pull it back. So what we did first is we drilled through the levers, but when we drilled through the levers, the actual head of the bolt snapped off. Let me just get that for you. Sorry. Let me just get that. Where is it? Right. That's the head of the bolt. As we drilled through it, it snapped. Right? It snapped off. Which, this is on there like that. This is spring loaded, right? So that's the bit that's actually locking the safe. That's spring loaded. Could do with a bit of a nicer spring actually. I'll replace that. Might have one floating around somewhere, but basically that goes on there like that. And when you turn the key, the holes on this piece here, turn it sideways so you can see it. That piece there, see that, and it pulls the bolt back. So that when that's on there like that, you turn the key. It pulls that down, you twist the lid and lift it up. Alright. So I'm going to restart by removing this lock. When it comes to the grinding, I'm just going to cut the video because you don't want to listen to all that noise. And I'm going to have a pair of head muffs on anyway. Right. So let me just cut you now quickly. Right, so remove the lock if we've got a big enough. We've got a big enough Allen key. Doesn't look like we have. We have. We have. So remove the lock. See if I can get a little better view. That'll do. Right. So remove the lock from the back of the case. I'm going to cut it and you'll see it again. Right, I'm on the last bolt. We're taking it off. Hey, who's a good boy? Hey, that's my boy, and he's a good boy. Yeah, isn't ya? You'd make a better video than Daddy, wouldn't ya? Look at the shite coming out of this lock. Unbloody believable. That's the post office lock. And obviously, it'd be a good idea to have a new one of them as well. Wouldn't it, Robert? Hey? It'd be a good idea to have a new one. I think it would. And as you can see, like for like, yeah? Right, sweet as. I'm going to have to drill and tap this into the centre of that. Into the centre there, so it pulls this back, yeah? I'm going to give this a good old clean up as well. So now I've removed the lock, this should be... Let's come up as well, that's fucking great. We'll give all this a clean up with a wire brush out back. I won't bore you with all of that. Look at the shite in this though, look, honestly. I mean, I know the safe was flooded. I think there was a couple of goldfish in there, actually. Yeah, there was actually. I remember, yeah, a couple of goldfish in there and some carp swimming about. Right. So basically, what I'm going to do now, so let me show you. I don't know if you can see it. So there's a spring under there. Just about make that out. That's because this is spring loaded bolt, yeah? Boom, and it comes out of there. If I was to unscrew that, if I was to unscrew this, I could take that out and replace the spring, which I will do. So, let me prop you up a little bit more. Alright. So I've took the lock off. I'm going to give it a good clean up. And then what I'm going to do, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put these in, the drill proof pins, into the 3 holes, but I'm going to do it from the front, yeah, from this side. So they'll go in there, 1 in each hole. I'm going to hammer them through, and then what I'll do is I'll cut them, and then I'll get with a grinder. I'm not going to film that because it'd just be too noisy. And then I'm going to centre punch them down, and then I'm going to filler them. So I'll see you in a minute when we fill the holes, alright? Right, so I've grinded the hardened anti-drill pins down because you can't cut them with a hacksaw because they're solid. There's the remainder of one of them anyway. So I've smashed them in. Right, you can see they're about 5mm. That one's a lot more because I'm going to put a ball bearing in there. I'll tell you why in a second. And there's gaps there. So we're going to fill these with chemical metal. But before we do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a ball bearing, alright, in this one. I'll try and get a better view for you. The battery be low, it's on charge. Right. Okay, job. Right. Ball bearing, yeah, goes in there. So I've chemical metaled it. I'm just going to wait for that to dry. What I'm going to do now is centre punch this. I'm going to drill and tap so I can put this on it, which will operate the bolt on the safe. Yeah. Alright. YouTube, I fixed this safe. Obviously it's going to have to be a 2-part video if I can't join these videos together. As you can see, you can't tell where it's been drilled now. We put the drill proof pins in, put chemical metal, fired it all down. Then what I did is I got the bolt and I drilled and tapped to attach this bit to it. So obviously I've got the key in there. I'm going to show you how it works. This bolt is connected to this, which is connected to this, which locks the safe. So I've got the key in. You turn the key, it pulls the bolt back, which in return pulls this back. See? And that's basically how it works. I hope you enjoyed the video. As soon as I get my stand, I can make some better videos without all the keep cutting it so often and all that. Anyway, thanks to all my 6 followers that I've got. I will write your names down and give you a shout out, but just let you know that I do appreciate it. And
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.